All right, welcome. Happy Tuesday afternoon. And some things have popped in at this unique time with the new year starting and the real estate market and some of my longtime coaching clients and some new partners. And what I was thinking of is if we can start this process early with kids. That's really where this came from, to do this live on how do we build confidence and self-esteem. So if we have confidence, we have self-esteem, life is a lot easier. So this is really directed at kids, but at the same point, as older people, we always have that little kid inside us, right? And there's going to be a lot to this topic, and I want you to walk away with really an action plan of, if you don't feel confident or you don't feel like you have self-esteem, how do we get that? And how do we start working on it? And I will say this, it's like anything. Confidence and self-esteem is like a muscle. And if we do the right things and at the same time not do the wrong things, we're going to build that muscle, that self-esteem muscle, that confidence muscle. So what it isn't is it's not perfect. I would say, like, a lot of this self-esteem, confidence, the way that we know that we are confident and have self-esteem is, one way I would describe it is, how comfortable are you in your own skin? Can you walk into a room of people and not have to distract yourself with your phone or isolating yourself? And everybody, every situation is different. So be careful to not judge yourself. And what I mean by that is, think of things right now that you are really confident about in your life. It may be being a great mom, a great father. It may be being a great chess player, whatever it is. And just take a look at, how did you become confident in that? How did you build self-esteem in that, right? And something else that just popped up. In order to build confidence and self-esteem, we have to be okay and we have to be willing to take some risks and look and sound a little stupid. And if you look at anyone who has really done anything in their life, who is confident and who has self-esteem, part of that muscle was built because they fell down, they tripped, they skinned their knee, but they got back up. So a few ways to, I would say, to not have self-esteem and confidence is, number one, if your goal is to not have it, would be to constantly be telling yourself you're not good enough. And sometimes it's out loud. So what I've heard in the past from people is, well, I don't have a college education, so I must not be smart. I'm too fat, I'm too skinny. Look at those wrinkles. I have, you get my drift. Now, some of these, and this, I will not let you use this as an excuse. Some of us have had very limiting upbringings. Maybe your parents called you stupid. Maybe they told you you were worthless, or an uncle or a brother or someone. And I get it, and that sucks. However, what happened to you is not your fault. But the problem that came out of that is your responsibility. All right, I'll say that again. What happened to you is not your fault. But working yourself out of the problem as a result of what happened to you, that is your responsibility. So how do you not have it? Negative self-talk all the time. Not keeping up with your commitments. Every time we break a commitment that we said out loud or that we made to ourselves, right? And we break that commitment, it just degrades ourselves chemically. If you don't want to have self-esteem and confidence, lie a lot, or even lie a little. Every time we lie, it chemically degrades us. So this is why people who are in recovery have what we call a huge ego and a huge inferiority complex, is because we have to come off with this big ego, because how many times do we say to ourselves, today I'm not drinking, today I'm not drinking, I'm only gonna have 2, and that never works out. So we're constantly breaking our own commitments. So how do you get it? And this is what, like, if there's one thing I want you to like write down, is how do you create a stack of undeniable evidence that you are who you say you are? Again, I'll say that again. How do you start creating a stack of undeniable evidence that you are who you say you are? So right now it is January, I think 9th, right? I wonder how many people said this is the